2,000 years later. 6.5 hours later. A few inches later. Day 2, Day 3, Day 4. A few moments later. 1 eternity later. 3 days later. 12 seconds later. 3:28 a.m. 3 weeks later. Many months later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow for sure. Eventually. 12 o'clock midnight. 2 hours later. Meanwhile. 8:01 p.m. the next day. Later. 20 minutes later. 6 hours later. Several bad puns later. 1 hour later. 2 hours later. 3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Should be good. Okay, I think I'm ready. Whenever you are.
Yeah, let me get into the game itself. And I am ready to go. I am a big old mess.
Hold on, I gotta get my wine into an accessible position. And move my cam over here. That works. Okay. And I can close that. There we go. Okay, your cam looks good. My cam looks good. My character looks good. My gear is pretty awesome.
Your what? Oh, yeah, it is. I just saw it on the stream. I'm on a load screen.
I sent you an invite. Let me know if you got it. I don't know if it'll send while you're on the load screen.
What'd you say?
I sent you an invite, but let me know if you got it, because I don't know if it'll show up if you're on a load screen. Like you would think, hopefully it would just appear as soon as you're done with the load screen, but I don't think it did.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, nice.
It actually worked.
That's what I get for not having faith. And I actually have plenty of bag space, so that's good.
Oh, yeah, I do too, because I did it last time. Do we have plenty of bag space, Bisquickstus? Bisquickstus.
Alright, let me get to where we're going, Wyatt, which is East March.
Let me know. I'm in East March.
Falls. And lore books everywhere. We forgot to go do grinding to level up, but oh well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we'll do it this weekend or something.
Probably not.
I know, but I'm just saying. Talk to the High Priest. I don't know which part of the quest we're on. That part, I guess, because that's the only quest in East March. So there we go. All right. I'm going hungry, yeah.
I'm trying to remember to lean back to sip at my colada and then lean in to talk, because I don't want the entire podcast to be like slurpity slurp.
Nobody cares.
Well, nobody listens, but
I know, I was going to say nobody even listens.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to call the few people who do listen nobodies, so you all matter to me.
I'm going hungry. Do.
What?
I'm going hungry.
You're going, I don't know what that
I'm going hungry, yeah.
Why are you doing 90s voice just because you got tickets?
Hello, and welcome to Do's in Tamriel, episode 47. I am Scarydrew, and here with me is Scarydoo.
Hello. This episode is called...
I don't remember. I know I got tickets to see Temple of the Dog in some phrasing or another.
You totally blew your chance to, like, excitedly yell,
I got
Temple of the Dog tickets!
Woo.
Boy,
that was simpatico.
Your intonations are fucking predictable. That was pretty cute. That was not planned. That was... I I guess when you're together for almost 5 years.
Okay, so
That's a lot of years.
This has nothing to do with Elder Scrolls, and I don't care.
It's a lot of years off our lives.
So for those of you who don't know who Temple of the Dog is,
neither do the rest of us.
Or if you don't know what their backstory is,
you need to come see
then
where
I
I'm
hate
standing.
you, and I also don't care, and I'm going to tell it anyways.
No, you should come see where I'm standing, because I don't want to travel to you because I look awesome right now.
Well, I need to discover this way shrine so that you can travel. Oh no, because you can still travel to me.
You should totally see.
Well, I don't know where you're at. In fact, we're not even in a group.
I thought we were. Invite me again. That's curious.
So, yeah, where are you? Are you even in? Oh, you are in East March.
Yeah, I'm in East March.
Okay, I see. You're down where I'm heading anyways, right next to the way shrine that I need.
Well, that's perfect. Come over
Well, then
because
let
you
me
can
travel
see
to
me
you,
badassly
'cause
standing on the seagull.
I'll discover that way shrine
fucking
when I do. Okay, so
Grim Jogo says dog, temple, explain.
So, Temple of the Dog, maybe you are aware of the bands Soundgarden and Pearl Jam.
We're definitely aware of Pearl Jam.
Okay, fine. Well, I don't know. Some people don't listen to rock. Some people are 19.
I didn't mean that like sarcastically against you. I was just, I wanted to participate.
So Temple of the Dog is the incarnation of Chris Cornell, the lead singer of Soundgarden, and basically the rest is Pearl Jam. And the backstory is because they only did one album back in 1991, and that was pretty much it. And the reason for that is that it was a guy named Andy Wood, who was the lead singer of a band called Mother Love Bone. And I know I sound incredibly informed. I did not know this all before a week ago. But that's awesome.
Check me out. Look how majestic I am. I'm so fucking majestic right now.
I'm pretty majestic over here.
You're pretty majestic, but I would like to decorate our apartment just like this. I mean,
pretty awesome.
It's not far off, to be honest.
From Agalok.
Yeah, I mean, like I got some skulls that look like that on the wall, but I need these stick thingies in the ground and that cool bearskin thing. Okay, anyway, I'm ready. I just wanted to show you that.
That's awesome.
I couldn't get a good screenshot.
No, it worked out because this is actually where the next part of the quest is, and also this is where that way shrine is that I needed.
Well,
which,
duh,
by the way, we
because
were here before, and I didn't get that way shrine, so I feel like an idiot. But
well, it's because every time I log in, I'm really fucking prepared. I mean, duh. I don't know why you'd expect me not to be here prepared for this show.
He's still dying from the Daedric poison.
You didn't get any of that, huh?
I'm trying to listen to the dialogue.
Well, I didn't know you were going to select the dialogue right then and there.
It's not. It started automatically when I got into the area.
Okay.
Because the quest is to talk to this guy, but...
I had to hit E, I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
You can hear it when you listen to the show.
I will.
Anyway. You will, that's the thing. Yeah. I don't ever listen.
Well, there's also a lot to talk about today, and it's going to be one of those days where I go on Monday and to work and listen to the show, and I'm like, I forgot like half of what I meant to say.
And yet it was 14 hours long.
Episode.
Huh?
Grim Choco, episode 47, the Majestic AF episode. No, it is the I Got Temple of the Dog tickets episode. Thank you very much. And so, Andy Wood was roommates and good friends with lead singer of Soundgarden, Chris Cornell. And then he had a heroin overdose and died shortly before their first Mother Love Bone's first album released. Sad, sad, sad.
Sorry you died. That is truly the worst band name. I don't care if it was Seattle grunge.
Well, it wasn't even grunge. They had a lot of inspirations from 80s hair bands.
You
know, like that glam rock type of thing. But it was kind of like I told you the other day. It was kind of like that when I listened to the album. It's a little bit like that crossover of the late 80s, early 90s, where it kind of crossed over from glam rock into what became alternative / grunge rock type stuff.
That was kind of an unfortunate time, but I understand.
A lot of the songs I kind of would put akin to like Guns N' Roses, which again,
that's right.
You know, had a little bit of that glam rock with a little bit of that 90s alternative.
Our healing magic is strong, but it's not much good against Daedric corrupted poison. The king won't awaken on his own. So my monks tell me, we don't usually deal with Daedric magic. We can keep... You brought what we need. Now the Dreamwalker must enter the dream.
Okay, we gotta pray at totems.
Come, Dreamwalker. King Yorin is ready.
So
it is time for you to get involved.
I'm a little disappointed. I thought we were going to go into his dreams with the Dreamwalker, but I guess not. We're just going to go pray at some totems, apparently.
Minions I like.
Oh no, we're observing
Oh,
the Dreamwalker. Totems I love.
I was gonna do it. That's okay. Actually, it's cuter when you do it.
So yeah, so essentially, because Chris Cornell was grieving his good friend and roommate's death from a heroin overdose, he was. I just actually found this out today. He was on tour with Soundgarden in Europe, and he was having a miserable time because he had nobody to talk to about it, and blah blah blah. So he wrote songs, which became a lot of the songs for the Temple of the Dog album. And the guitarists for Mother Love Bone actually are the guitarists for Pearl Jam, and so they all kind of knew each other in that Seattle scene. And if I'm not mistaken, Eddie Vedder, the singer of Pearl Jam, came into the picture because he was actually trying to become the new singer of Mother Love Bone, or at least what was left of them, and that's what ended up becoming Pearl Jam. And anywho, the full point of that is to say that the reason I'm so stoked is because I'm a big fan of Chris Cornell specifically. Also love Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Audioslave and all those renditions. And
you got a musical man crush on Chris Cornell.
I do. He's one of my he is totally like my all-time favorite singer. At least at rock singer. I can't think of any other genre that I like a singer better either. But anywho,
well, plus okay, he does great. He does those great acoustic covers live, and you are an acoustic player.
I saw him in Reno, and he did just by himself on an acoustic guitar cover of Hotel California, and it was amazing.
And I hate that song, but I think I saw a video of it or something, or maybe you just told me about it. It's probably great.
Not one that, it's not one he just did sporadically. It's
I'm
sure
it was
he
very
does
good.
At shows often.
I think you showed me a video of it.
Certain covers he does on a fairly regular basis at shows. Or
it's
at least
one of those things where, regardless of me hating that song, he did a nice job of it and put a good spin on it, and it didn't suck.
And I've always liked.
Oh dear God!
Sorry. Temple of the Dog.
What's happening
to
my father? The dream.
This ESO shit.
The king's body. How is this happening?
Magic. Duh. Don't you know how this world works? It's nerd. It's full of magic.
The old gods watch over this man and grant him a quick. Something has sparked the Dreamwalker's magic as well as our own. Whatever haunts King Yoren begins to flow into this world as well. As the poison spreads through his body, he fights back harder.
Whoops, I made a decision.
It means your king's last moments of life are upon him.
We can't
the
give
Dreamwalker
up.
was most likely injured by the blast
see, we
magic.
Can go into the dream.
He was the last chance
I think
we
I
had.
could go back on it. I don't know.
Your king,
maybe.
You would do this? And
yeah,
for a man you barely know? Your life could be forfeited.
Yeah, I'm saying let me try.
Yeah, let me try.
It was an accident, but it worked out. What do I have to do? I understand. Tell me about this other shit.
Good.
Pray to the three old gods.
I knew we would have to go into his dream. I said that like 2 episodes ago because we've been on this quest forever.
They might help you, but each in a different way. Remember what the Dreamwalker said and be open to any way.
Grim Kyogo said, don't you hate it when you're talking to NPC and they interrupt you when you're talking about 90s bands? I like this part of the
I don't know if he was saying 90s bands or if I'm talking about 90 bands because I'm talking about like 5 different bands.
I can give you
Slags, those are both valid reasons to not be here. He said, sorry, I was just making food and watching the video of Ronald Reagan getting shot. And then Grim Kyogo, I'm sorry you showed up for this show about Temple of the Dog.
Well, I'm almost done. I was just gonna say that. So yeah, I'm also a fan of Temple of the Dog. If you listen to some of their songs, you may recognize them. Specifically, like All Night Thing. I think that was in a lot of movies and stuff or whatever. So that has more mass appeal outside of the genre.
Don't lie, most of y'all are old enough. You know.
Where are we going here? Oh, we gotta do totems again.
I just want to say really fast, I've been playing stupid ass Soldier 76 so much. I keep hitting shift to run faster and then letting go of it.
And
but I'm
you're
like
still sprinting.
Yeah, and I'm like, why am I fucking going so
X's a
slow?
toggle.
Because in Overwatch, you know, his thing is you just hit shift and he sprints. And then you can do something else to just make it not sprint. I don't know. Make it stop. You can either hit shift again or
so
you can
just keep hitting shift once and you
shoot.
stop sprinting.
Yeah, so you hit shift once and you can let go of shift and you're sprinting. And suddenly I'm trying to sprint this game just holding it and letting it go. And I'm like, why am I going so slow? That's, yeah.
Locked away in some
so anyways, yeah, Temple of the Dog, they were a one-off that was just basically an album that was Chris Cornell's way of grieving over the death of his friend. And
because when you're cool and talented, you can make albums.
It's kind of a tribute album to him, and that was pretty much it. In fact, critics, it was well received with critics, but it didn't sell very well until Pearl Jam a few years later blew up, and then that's when people were like, oh, hey, the guys in this band that just blew up also were in this other band, and so on. And
you're gonna have to get to it eventually.
What?
The show and the tickets and all that.
We'll get there. It'll be a long show.
The history of Temple of the Dog.
Anyways, so I just randomly was listening to a song or two of theirs on my playlist, and I hadn't even really listened to them in a while. I was like, I wonder if they've ever like come back or done anything like that. And sure enough, like 5 days earlier, they had just announced after 25 years of doing relatively nothing. There was like 2 shows in 2011 in Wisconsin that was like this music festival that they did. So,
who the hell?
I know.
No offense to Wisconsinites wants to go to a music festival in Wisconsin.
I know, of all things, for a band that only like they never toured as a band. They did a couple of shows in '91 and like 90, 91, 92ish, and then they did like those 2 shows in 2011. And that's it. So out of nowhere, they dropped that they're doing this tour, which it's not really a tour. It's 5 cities, and that's when I discovered how bad of a problem bots are with Ticketmaster and buying tickets online, which I don't really buy concert tickets that often, and I certainly don't buy them for popular shows where this is really a problem. But
yeah, when we do, it's like, oh, they're cheap tickets and they never sell out until maybe the night of the show where they sold them at the box office.
Yeah, and so I was starting to lose hope, and I'm just like, well, whatever. If I can't get them, I can't get them. But the thing is that this show takes place November 11th in San Francisco, and the only 4 other dates are Seattle, Los Angeles, like, you know, and then New York and Philadelphia. It's like we lucked out to even have it within 2 hours drive of us. And so also our birthdays are in it's like 3 days before our birthday, so it's our birthday weekend plus it's Veterans Day, so we have that day off, and
which is nice because the other show we're going to in late September. That I'm not going to do the whole episode about, but I'm equally excited.
You know what?
I think he keeps forgetting how equally excited I am, but that's
I don't. I don't. It was a lot easier for you to buy those tickets and a lot cheaper, so it wasn't like a build-up.
Wait, did you say for you to buy those tickets? Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It is a build-up deal. I've been waiting since I was very young.
I do
silly.
give you that for sure.
They were my first favorite band, anyways, that wasn't, like, terrible. What?
Here's the Dream Eater.
I see that. He appears to be rude. Anyways, but the show that we're going to is also a Friday, but it's on September 30th, which unfortunately is not a holiday, meaning kind of like with Radical Face, we get to work by 7, getting up around 6:15, and then drive to San Francisco, deal with all that. I mean, it's still a Friday, so I won't work the next day, but you're very sleepy at the end of it, especially me because I usually drive.
Slags was asking, isn't most of that band Pearl Jam? Yes, it is essentially the drummer and the 2 guitarists are Pearl Jam. I think it's the bassist and Chris Cornell are the members of Soundgarden, and nobody cares about the bassist. So yes, essentially it's Pearl Jam with Chris Cornell.
I just want to read up real quick. That's awesome, by the way. I figured Stu would be into that sort of music if anyone was. Grim Kyogo said Daddy Reinhardt, which I love because I feel like
Mama
Anna, me and Reinhardt do best, like, me is 76 when there's a Reinhardt in front of me and we're both on the payload. That's when I work best. Like, that's when we are a great combo, me and Reinhardt.
When you get that especially with the soldier shield behind it, is such a great combo on that payload.
Yeah, on the payload, it's like me and Reinhardt handle everything. Every now and then, if someone gets too close to me, he goes and hammers them. It's a great combo. I thought he already told me about this crap. I don't care. And Slag says, hi, Grim. If you follow me back on Twitter, I'll stop saying that you poop when you're not here. Let's be honest, though, Slags. You said you were watching that Ronald Reagan video of him getting shot. You were probably doing that while you pooped. Grim Jogo, like me, said that he...
Are you in here, by the way? Did you follow me?
No, I'm coming.
I used the totem on the right if you already talked to him about how we got to keep following.
On the right? I don't know where they're at. Oh, I'm coming. He had said, Lord God Jesus.
Is that what he said? That's blasphemous.
This is a portal to East March. I don't want that.
Well, I can't come back out, so...
Well, you should have waited for me when I was clearly reading the chat. Where'd go? I'm just kidding.
The quest markers, there's 3 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you want to pick the right one.
You say the right one, but it's no longer...
Okay, like, you'll see how there's 3 sets of stairs going up to each one of those? Then, if you're facing the middle one...
Is that the one I want, the wolf?
I don't know. I think so.
Totem of the wolf. That's like Temple of the dog.
Which gets me back to finishing this off because...
Wait, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was trying to read the chat, but then you lost me. I don't remember. Go for it.
So...
I'm not part of the show.
I'm very stoked to have my tickets because bots have become such a problem.
And they were.
Oh, and they were.
Why do you continue to heal me?
They essentially buy all of the tickets in the first second that it goes live, and it makes it relatively impossible as a normal person to buy these tickets. And then you find them literally 90 seconds later on StubHub for twice the price.
At least I literally watched both Philadelphia, which was a small venue, and Madison Square Garden. I made it to you. Hello. I made it, or I watched them because they went on sale 3 hours earlier because they're East Coast, and Madison Square Garden has space for over 17,000 people. That's how many tickets they were selling, and within a second they were gone. It's not a whole lot of fans from a 1991 album buying those tickets. It is.
No, and more importantly,
it is absolutely bots.
Yeah, and more importantly than that is you can't even load the goddamn thing. So somehow they're getting through the loading of. Because I sat there, I was on the page, I saw it click down to 0, and then I got a little loading bar, and I had to refresh before it would do anything, and even that loaded forever.
I still didn't have
that issue. And by that time,
the
tickets are all gone.
I barely had that issue with the Madison Square Garden in Philly when it was weird.
I know why, but still.
What?
Oh, I'm moving slow because it's frozen here, so.
Oh, that's neat. It's pretty cool looking here. I would like to live here and wear lots of blankies. But yeah, it was very obvious, and there was almost nobody that. I saw one comment where a guy was able to get his tickets on Ticketmaster before us. One comment, like everyone was very upset.
More importantly, when 90 seconds later there are thousands of tickets available on StubHub.
Yeah,
it's like
thousands.
It's like there's only 7,000 freaking tickets available for this venue.
With Philly for the first date, it's like 3,700. It is a small venue.
Yeah,
and I get why that's sold out faster, but they're all on StubHub. Funny that.
It wasn't a bunch of average Joes on there that just wanted to get their tickets and sell them right away. Like, no, that's not what it is.
Right.
So yeah, so I go on, and sure enough, the lag and everything, and like before you even have a chance to click to add freaking tickets, they're gone.
Oh.
And I'm refreshing. Yeah. I'm refreshing because sometimes people reserve a ticket and then they go to put in their payment information and they have like that 5-6 minutes.
For these two, it was a minute and a half each for each section, so it was a total of 3.
Yeah, minute and a half for each section.
Very short.
Yeah, and so sometimes people are like, oh crap, it turns out I don't have the money, or for whatever reason, and then whatever they had reserved for 5-6 minutes goes back into the pool, and so if you keep checking, you might get lucky and find one that got sent back into the pool of tickets. I'm dying here. You can't heal, can you? Oh, I'm healed now. Anyways, so yeah, so I went back like 15 minutes later. After about 10 minutes of trying refreshing and getting no luck, I finally gave up, and I was like, well, I guess I'm not going. Maybe if they're not too expensive on StubHub after a while, you know, closer to the show or something, then maybe I'll pick them up or something. But it was looking pretty grim, not grim JoJo, but just grim. And
it was looking pretty poopy, am I right?
Yeah, it really was.
We'll catch up on the chat in a minute, but I don't want to die, so just wanted to let you guys know because they're still talking about things.
But yeah, so then I checked, and I had thought earlier too, 3 hours earlier on the East Coast sales, they had actually added a second show for Philadelphia because it was on a Friday, so they added a Saturday show.
I watched that happen. I literally watched them add it live. And it sold out in a second. Yes, I don't know.
Even the last second not advertised additional date sold out in a second. If that's not bots, I don't know what the fuck is. It's like ridiculous.
It was pretty bad.
But
they're not Beyonce. They released one album in 1991.
But it's it's a big event. It's like they're an extremely iconic. It's an extremely iconic album that has never toured. Like it's like a once in a lifetime thing. And so then I saw because I was like 3 hours earlier. I was like, dude, I bet you they add a second show because the San Francisco show is on a Friday. And if they're adding Saturday shows to the Friday dates, then we may get a second show. And sure enough, what was it, like 20 minutes later, 25 minutes after they initially went on sale? Which was like 9 minutes after they had added it. I didn't even see it initially. It was like 9 minutes later, and I still managed to get the tickets somehow. They're all gone now. Everywhere. They're gone. But I got my tickets, and I'm so stoked. I don't know how I managed to do it. Everybody was struggling to get them. So cheers to that.
Yeah, and it's funny because I managed to grab 2 as well right after, but I messaged him. I'm like, confirm with me that sale went through, that it's good, that you're done, because I'm going to let these go, but I don't want to let them go until it is fully confirmed that you have purchased them and you're done.
I don't know. Go up to the middle one, I guess.
Hey, is Overwatch cross-platform?
No.
Oh, it's not?
Unfortunately, it is not. It's a competitive game, so they can't.
Gotcha. Because Grim said he used PS4, and I thought, like, just the other day I read that it was.
One of these days, one of these days, we're gonna get you a PC, nice beefy PC.
I swear to God, I thought you said one of these days, Ernie, and I'm like, what's he doing? I turned around like he's not there, but you said Grim, and I have bad hearing.
Okay, well that's done. So let's get into.
He said subpar system master race.
let's get finally into the plethora of Elder Scrolls stuff going on.
Yeah, my chilada. Ooh. That's the.
Of course I'm alive.
Oh, Stormy,
my drink is lore friendly, right? What?
Oh, we found the Dreamwalker in here. He appears injured.
Oh, did you tell them that it was like 2 days before her 30th birthday?
Oh yeah, not just. I
so
said
we're
it was
older
our birthday
than
weekend,
dirt.
but I didn't say specifically our 30th birthday. So that's even
yeah,
better.
we're older than.
Gonna go to San Francisco and watch a BAMF fucking concert of the century. Hello, I'm excited. Anywho, so back to Elder Scrolls.
In September, wait, I want to say my part.
Oh, go ahead.
You got to name it.
I know you didn't start talking yet when I said that.
That's not your fault. I'm just snippy at the universe. It's not you. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Who? What?
Tim wanted to join us. Okay, I was just making sure.
He should.
Well, I was just making sure I didn't miss his whisper or something.
Didn't we?
Tim yeah, he's not even online. What a dipshit.
Oh, we've played with Tim before, right? And it was like badass, and he was
he was asking if he could join again.
I would love that. You should. I was gonna say, I'm seeing Pig of Raymond Watts / 80s 90s industrial fame. Did a lot with KMFDM, which you may be more familiar with. I feel like Slags would be the most likely to be familiar with any of this.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean they're not eggs, but but yeah, I just wanted to put that out there in case anybody cares. Because you know what? I think was it Ray who had mentioned that she really liked them? I think it was.
Maybe, yeah.
I had a picture of myself in a KMFDM shirt, and I tweeted it a long time ago. And I was making fun of myself for wearing this shirt, but I love it. And I think it was Ray that said she liked them. So Ray, if you're listening, there's a pig show in San Francisco, and get your kids a babysitter. You should go, because when are you ever going to have this opportunity? And NS of KMFDM will be there, and Gunter Schultz is also on the album of original good KMFDM before they got bad. And I don't know if he will be on tour with them, but I know NS will be, which is huge. I mean, I'm half going to see him. What were you going to say?
I said this has turned into Duzik Cast.
Duzik what?
Duzik Cast.
Duzik
like
Cast.
Music, but Duzik.
Using concert reel. Well, I'm getting real bad at merging words real badly. All right, anyway, back to the show. I just wanted to throw that out there. I'll probably tweet at Ray about that because she might actually be interested. I'm glad I thought of that.
Strange. Your face is familiar.
Yeah, talk.
I know, I'm kind of skimming through to...
Sister.
So
This must be
let's start with Elder Scrolls news before I go into my personal news with the game.
I wish the news
Which is not really news, but
so dire.
What is it,
so
What's
the
wrong?
update is going to drop very soon, and by very soon I mean what, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever the days that they do the big updates. That is your next DLC day, and it's Shadows of the Hist. So that is going to be big, because it's going to have a lot of quality of life stuff, like the costume dyeing. Big. Everybody wants the costume dyeing.
But can I make my skeleton yellow?
I don't think so. No, because it's a polymorph.
He's a polymorph.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not 100%. I'm not going to say one way or the other on that. But no, I don't think you can dye polymorphs, just costumes, and I believe hats too. But more importantly than that, you can now do race changes and appearance changes as well as name changes. Now, there's a little bit of a caveat to that. It's a little pricey. And I say that knowing that it should be pricey, but it's even a little pricey for that. I don't have the numbers in front of me.
Okay.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the race change is 3,500 crowns.
Wowza.
So you're talking $35 for one character race change.
Yeah.
And the name change is 3,000 crowns. And I believe they're offering a bundle for 3,500 crowns or something like that. Or I think they're like 2,500 and 3,000 in the bundles, 3,500. All I know is there is a bundle where you can do the race name and appearance change. Or technically, anytime you do a race change, you do an appearance change as well. So, because if you're changing your race, you have to, you can't just... The looks won't match up. You're a different race. So whenever you change your race, you will be brought back. And all of this takes place in the character creation menu. So you can't be actually in-game. You purchase it in-game with the Crown Store, and then you go back to the character creation screen, and it will give you the ability to change your character's appearance. And it takes you back through, just like when you first created the character, the same menu screens of, you know, changing all the settings and everything. A little pricey in my opinion. I know you don't want people changing the race left and right, so you don't want to make it like $1 or $5 or whatever. I just think it would 15 to 20 is a better range for that. I think that's more of a standard price, but it kind of led me down this road of thinking, and this kind of ties in with the DLC itself, the Shadows of the Hist. Things are just a little pricey in Elder Scrolls. I mean, just period, flat out, compared to any other game. Like, it's not...
It is a little pricey.
Yeah, it's like, I was thinking about that today. I'm like, okay, to be fair, I don't know what Shadows of the Hist is going to be like. But I do know that it's going to be 2 4-man dungeons, and that's it. Like, that's essentially it. I mean, there's some other things as well, but I mean, it's not a zone. It's not like the Thieves Guild where you have, what's Abaz Landing and all that. It's not like the Assassin's Guild with, whatever that place is called, the Gold Coast. You know, Rothgar, of course, was supposed to be the big DLC, and it was aptly priced, I think, for what you got. You got a big-ass zone with a bunch of quests and everything, and it's a great zone. But this is just 2 4-man dungeons, and I forget what else. I think there's just a couple other things. And it's supposed to be, what was it, $15? Well, not $15. 1,500 crowns, I think, is the cost of it. Now, that's not a ton of crowns compared to other DLC. It is the cheapest of the DLC, I think, thus far, or one of the cheapest. But it just seems to me like 2 dungeons, again, without having played them yet. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're big and they've got a robust storyline and a lot of good boss fights and content. But it just seems like that's more of one of those like $5 to $10 DLC things if you're just given 2 dungeons. I don't know. That's just me. And then I started thinking about a lot of the other stuff. I'm like, boy, they really do. If you equate it to 100 crowns per dollar, they charge an arm and a leg for the crap in the Crown Store. But I'm a Plus member, so I guess, you know, it doesn't affect me. It just seems like it's a little overpriced compared to other similar games, MMOs that don't have the exact same model, so I get it, you know, but a lot of other games, I don't know. It just seems pricey to me. But then again, there are other games that are even more expensive. I think Lord of the Rings Online, who did I hear saying the other day? They were saying that in order to unlock the entire world is like $600.
Holy shit. That's like Hearthstone, am I right?
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, oh boy, that adds up. I also want to apologize. I have like 1,000 Twitter notifications that I'm just happening to look at while he's talking, and
yeah, we haven't been on Twitter much over the past few months.
Can't be allowed to desecrate.
Hi, Ramp. By the way, that's why we haven't been on Twitter. So I messaged him a couple times recently. So.
I just replied to his messages from like a month and a half ago asking if I wanted to go to dinner. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I have not been online. I think he just replied, yes, he did reply. We should definitely get dinner with Ramp sometime.
Yeah,
that would be pretty cool.
Okay, so I need to talk to Story Eyes here.
We're still alive. I never would have guessed that would be the result of all this. Now I need some rest.
Okay, so
study the Turnian monks and the 3 old gods. Fascinating stuff, more or less. Thanks to my training and experience, I was taught to learn, to understand, to rest and hold counsel with his advisors, no doubt. Thanes, Ebonheart Pack.
Okay, so now we gotta go to Yoren Stan, and it looks like the Stormfist and Fildgore are trying to merge something with Nirnhilda, and I wasn't paying close enough attention to know exactly what it is. But it's bad. And
I
want to
change my name to Nirnhilda. Sorry, I just like talked over you, but I really want to.
No, you're fine. So okay, so good stuff coming with this. You know, good stuff. It's the race change, the character name change, the costume dyeing, the new dungeons. They should be good. Shadows of the Hist. It's very, you know, I don't know if most people are gonna like it because most people hate Argonians, but for me personally, I love Argonians, and it sounds like it's got a lot to do with like the shadow scales. I'm guessing the where are you, by the way?
I'm just standing here.
I don't see you anywhere on my map or my screen. Did you finish that quest?
No. The portal to Mistwatch, that's where I'm supposed to go, right?
Wait, no. It should be...
Because you're in there.
No, I'm... Oh, there you are. I see you now.
Dang.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, and welcome to my load screen. Yeah. Hi, Doodle.
Okay. Well, you need to talk to Yoren and stuff.
Okay.
And then afterwards, Stormy Eyes here will have another quest.
I like his forehead decoration there. I think I want to get married in something that looks like that. It's freaking dramatic.
See, Grim Jogo said all lizards are shoes. And Slag said,
but all
yeah,
shoes
okay.
aren't lizards. What?
Slag's, yeah, okay. So basically, Drew is a lizard lover. Well, not necessarily, but
well, yeah. I mean, have you looked at me?
I do.
Yeah, he absolutely is. What do you think you're talking about?
I do like the Argonians, and I like specifically the shadow scales. The Argonian assassins are pretty bamf, especially some of the lore behind them about how I'm trying to think of the name of the emperor who took over all of Tamriel, including the Black Marshes, but it's said that he never actually took over the Black Marshes. He just kind of sealed it off because the Black Marshes are supposed to be pretty much impenetrable. It's marshy land that the Argonians thrive in and everybody else suffers in. So nobody's ever been able to take over their lands, and a large part of that is the protection of the Shadow Scales, which are awesome and would fit perfectly in with the Assassin's Guild. But I just think it's a little pricey, but I reserve my full final opinion on that to see exactly what those dungeons entail, because
sorry,
they could be huge, awesome dungeons. They could they could involve aspects of the Assassin's Guild. Who knows, so that it might be worth every penny. But,
I just need to say I'm a huge asshole. It wasn't Ray who's a KMFDM fan. It was Shoot Your Eye Out. I'm sorry, Shoot Your Eye Out. By the way, I hope you're well because you're hilarious. Hi, Shoot Your Eye Out. If you're listening, I'm really sorry that I mixed you up. No, I mean, not that it's not a compliment to be mixed up with Ray, but yeah, I'm gonna tweet at Shoot Your Eye Out because I want her to know about that.
So
yeah, sorry about that.
Well, you need to follow me. So
on Twitter. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to
www.badpuns.com.
www.wasthatreallyapun.com.
Yeah, because follow is like a
But it means the same thing, kind of. Okay.
Of.
I'm coming.
Okay, so that's that. A lot of good stuff in the updates coming. Price, your mileage may vary.
I really feel so slow in this game compared to zooming around in Overwatch.
I don't because I've been training my writing skill.
I was gonna say I really need to
every single day.
I need to train this mount so bad. It's
I'm only at 26% speed. What I've been doing, and I know it's not the smartest way to do it, but I just don't give a shit, especially because I don't actively play most of the characters that I'm training the speed on.
Cycle through.
Typically, it's smartest to train the speed first, or maybe backspace and
kind of
speed
pick
or whatever.
one.
Yeah, and speed specifically because that's really gonna benefit you the most.
Yeah, I can tell.
But I've been doing on all of my characters just making them even. Which on some of my characters I have like 40 speed and like none of the others, so I've just been building up the others and leaving the speed where it's at, and then just do them each.
It feels so awful doing things unevenly.
I know, but it doesn't when you're moving really fast.
I'm
on your
about to
mount.
die because I got attacked from behind.
I'm coming back as fast as I can.
No, it's not your fault. I was like, why am I being attacked? I didn't even fucking antagonize anybody, and there's like 2 of you.
You got too close to things.
Yeah, I did. You're not wrong.
I'm trying to come over here. You need to get yourself a restoration stat, Fearless.
Did aiming change in this game?
No.
I feel
Not
like
that I'm aware of.
I feel like I used to. I don't know. I feel like I'm having to aim more carefully. Where I used to just like, oh, you're on my screen, so you're red.
Maybe it might have gotten a little bit more.
Now I'm like actually having to put my little target over them, but I don't know if that's just me.
Okay. I felt the same way too. So I think maybe that did happen.
Okay.
I felt like I was not targeting things as often, because I'm usually pretty reckless about it. What was I saying before that? Before you got attacked? Good stuff in the update. Blah 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 blah. Well, anyways, I have 2 max level sorcerers now. So I'll just go off topic there and say that because I learned the value of a good XP grind, and I'm not even very good at it, but it's still incredible because I literally cleared.
I'm incredible.
I made a sorcerer because I have my Sork orc, and that's designed as medium armor melee. It was initially, and I'm probably still eventually going to turn it into a tank, a sorcerer tank. Which is why I made it an orc, so it would have some tanky stuff as far as the racial passives. But I wanted to make a spellcasting sorcerer, and so obviously orc isn't best for that. So I figured, oh, what the hell? I'll just make another one and level it up. With the removal of veteran ranks and with the champions being account wide, all I got to do is get to level 50. So I figured it's not that big of a deal to have 2 sorcerers max level. Might as well. And so I started it, and I cleared all of Stone Falls, Balfoyan, and Bleak Rock Isle. So that took a good probably 7-8 hours. And then I started the XP grind, because I was like, let me try the XP grind thing. I got a couple of, Thieves Trove, nice. I got a couple of XP scrolls, and so let me go do that. And then I looked up the guide, and I was familiar with most of the spots, the grind spots. And I've never leveled so fast in my entire goddamn life.
You did level really fast. It was crazy.
I think I had like 8-10 hours playtime when I started the level grind, and I hit level 50 with like 23 hours. So probably about 13 hours of grinding. And like I said, I'm not very good at it because apparently you can power level someone in about 3 hours from 0 to 50. That's what I've heard is pretty, pretty much a standard 3 to 3.5 hours. That's if you're using full training gear and also XP scrolls and or potions as well as a Ring of Mara. I think without the Ring of Mara, it's more like 3.5, 4 hours. But that's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
Oh,
it really opens
you were moving along. I kept watching, I kept looking over. Oh, another level. Mm-hmm. Oh, another level.
I was getting about 8 levels per experience scroll, so 4 levels an hour.
That's nuts.
And that's apparently that's slow, according to whatever.
Sorry you didn't have a Ring of Mara or whatever.
No, that's fine. It leveled like 1,000 times faster than I expected to be able to level, so I'm gonna grab this way shrine up here just to have it. Another goddamn mini Dark Anger. So,
You're my mini Dark Anger. I don't know what that means.
So now I have my Nightblade, my Sork, and my Spell Source, Sorcerer at max level, and fully geared, and they all do, I don't know, like, it looks like I do about 10,000 DPS, but that's supposed to be terrible these days. Yet when I go into a dungeon or something and my DPS meter shows I'm pulling about 10 to 12,000 DPS, like, I don't know, like things are dying very quickly in dungeon groups that I go into, so I don't know. Maybe my DPS meter is off, or maybe, I don't know, but I do pretty good. And then next I'm going to work on my Templar because I really want a healer. I've wanted it since...
many Lars.
I've wanted to, like, my initial plan for this game...
damn, I'm slow. Sorry.
Oh, your mount?
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's not helping that...
It feels like I
it's
know...
Really, it's not helping that you're on a bear. It makes it look slower.
Damn you, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
As one of my few contributions... No, it's okay. That's literally what I was going to say is, like, I know it's not slower. I know it's not. It's just like it feels slower because he's just kind of lopping around, like, or loping or whatever the hell the word.
Yeah.
Just kind of galloping. Whatever word I'm looking for.
Galloping.
Well, no, that's not the word I was looking for. Galloping is very fast, actually. Galloping
Trotting.
is not really. No.
What the hell were you? What word were you looking for? It's not gallop or trot.
Okay, I just said, loping. Yeah, run or move with a long bounding stride. That was the word I was looking for.
Oh, well, then whatever. Let's go lope.
But it's like a canter, leisurely. Yeah. A little more clumsy than that, though.
Our show has a lot of banter. I suppose canter.
Stu says red wine or wine makes him feel sick, and red wine actually makes him vomit. Shame because he likes the taste of Shiraz. I understand that because most alcohol... I have a very low tolerance. I get nauseous very fast. Wine I do okay with. I usually take a nausea pill when I drink out anything but like one. I mean, I'm drinking like one Michelada right now.
Wine keeps me drinking because...
It makes him hyper. It's weird.
It does. So usually the sugar in it, but we get low sugar wine, so... Well, not low sugar, but it's like not like mass produced.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the reason.
I don't either, but
it could be.
It is, and your arrival. I've been waiting for you to arrive.
Why were you expecting
Prince
me?
Ernskar commanded me to keep watch. He wants to speak to
Okay,
you.
so ideas for the game.
He's
I
on
just
the
wanted to
battlements
throw
at
out
the
something
East
real
Gate,
quick because I was
watching the
listening
movements of
to
Filgo
the
Orthane's
Elder Lore,
troops.
which is I've mentioned it before. I found out from Agelos on Tales of Tamriel. He had mentioned it on his show about how it's an older one. There hasn't been a recent episode in a couple years, but it's fantastic if you like Elder Scrolls lore. It is called the Elder Lore, and I was listening to that, and it was talking a little bit about the Malmer, and they come from I'm gonna have to alt tab real
I
quick.
hope to spot you out here.
Hold on.
What are you yelling? Hold on.
Piandonia is the island south of Tamriel, but I thought it was it says it's south of Tamriel. South of the Somerset Isles is what I meant to say. There we go. South of the Somerset Isles live the Malmer, which are kind of like mermaid elves, if you will. Not really. They're like sea elves. And
I've been waiting for you to arrive.
That's pretty cool.
Prince Ernskar.
yeah, blah blah blah. Skull
Indeed.
King. Yeah. Okay.
There's still some tension.
Okay. Well, let's go do whatever this is we're doing here. Let's grab this way shrine first, though. So my thinking was this would be some place that would be great to add into the Elder Scrolls as a future expansion. And I'd say expansion specifically. I don't mean DLC. And I don't know if they're ever going to do any expansions with the DLC. Like, that's kind of like an ambiguous term. DLC versus expansion. Like, which is one, which is the other. You know, it's like, it's really kind of just, there's no really definition to that, because in some games expansions are the size of DLC or vice versa, and in other games the opposite, and so on. So it's really kind of arbitrary. But I say expansion specifically because I would like it to be huge. I would like it to be a big old zone, but more importantly, I thought it would be really neat because in the lore, which it fits with this time period too. In the Second Era, there's actually an event that happened where they lured some captain, I think, of some ships or something like that, to their island and basically ambushed them at their island where the I'm just going to call it Pyongyang. even though I know it's North Korea. But
where are we going again?
Oh,
what are we doing?
Did
what
you,
part of the quest?
Do you have to talk to or making amends?
No.
Do you have any Eastmarch quests?
Hold on. Yeah, I have it. Hold on. I selected it. Talk to Prince Ernskar.
Oh yeah, I have that as well.
Okay, good. I thought I fucked something
should be right
up.
here. Oh, he's
yeah,
above.
I passed one, and I'm like, is this my quest?
It's 'cause
Nah.
he's up these stairs here.
Oh, never mind that it wasn't.
Tricked me.
Ooh, I rode my horse up the stairs because I can do that.
Well
So
met,
I
my
was
friend.
thinking.
Why do so many people in this game have like weird man bun ponytail things?
My father is still
Y'all
weak
don't
from
have to have the
blows.
same
Oh,
style.
that
But
won't be
he's
for long
recovering.
necessarily. By the
I'm
way, I forgot to
organizing
mention
things
that.
here while he
The
rests.
ESO man bun ponytails
I
are
need
going
to
out of
regain
style.
the
Well, not
confidence
necessarily
of our
that.
dark
They're
elf and
adding
Argonian
new
allies.
hairstyles, new
My regretful
adornments, new
actions in Fort
tattoos, things
Armor
like
have
that.
made them wary.
In the Crown Store.
Is that going to mean NPCs look different?
Not
No,
necessarily.
so like, are they going to add that?
No, NPCs are probably going to, new NPCs may have the new hairstyles. Or
That makes
something.
sense.
But I forgot to mention that because there's going to be tons of them. They'll be able to release new ones at any given time because it'll now be in the. You'll still have the base game, whatever you currently have to create your character with. But if you want different hairstyles, new ones, you can buy them with crowns. Hopefully, they're like 100 crowns each, if not less.
Just a heads up. The chat looks really weird on the stream.
Oh, it's because I still have my email up. Whoops. Let me hold on. Let me just get this down.
Grim Kyogo. Oh, okay. Pyongyang.
Piandonia. I think it's like Piandonia.
I just made the worst laugh. Not at you though. I'm sorry. That was funny too. But I don't know. Grim Kyogo and Slag started fighting because Grim Kyogo I think wants to fight over his PlayStation, but I kind of lost track. And then Slag said he picked up a piece of glass and slit Grim's throat, and he wins. And then.
You know what? The chat is still messed up because it's actually cutting off the 3 most recent messages.
Well, good. Then I'm going to read y'all what happened. So then Grim Kyogo said his grammar is lacking and his neck is layered. And I said, don't kill each other on Dues and Tamriel, guys. Come on. And then Grim Kyogo grabbed Slags and threw him at Stockton. And yeah, Grim wins. Grim wins. Yeah, I don't know. Me and Grim were talking shit about Stockton a bit ago in the chat, and I'm sorry if any listeners live anywhere in the vicinity of Stockton and Modesto.
Oh, I'm sorry too.
Yeah, I was going to say both because I am insulting where you live and also because I know damn well you don't want to live there, and I am so sorry. It is a terrible place.
It's
I would rather go
not as bad
to
as
Carson City,
Richmond.
Nevada. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, there we go. Chat should be good now.
I just want to put that out there. And yes, the cat looks great. Thank you.
All right.
And Slags
Well met,
let
my
out a
friend.
long dramatic
My father is
no
still
regarding
weak
being
from the
thrown in
poison,
Stockton, but you're.
He's recovering.
I don't know if you
I'm
understand
organizing things
Stockton,
here while he gets his
Slags.
strength back.
I don't know if you
Speak to
understand
the
Stockton.
highest
I
ranking
feel
pact
like
leaders in
I feel like
the
a lot of
camp.
people in the U.S. have probably
General
heard of it.
Yvetno-
It's got a pretty bad reputation, and I've seen memes from people in other states,
You
but.
know you know who had a bad reputation was that Prince Ernskar because he was very racist and kind of a jerk. But he actually just he said it was his foolish actions have caused problems or something like that. So I actually it seems like he's coming around. So that's good.
You
That's
think
a good
that,
thing.
but then some people never
Well,
change.
we'll see. We will see. We will see. I don't want to stand by that.
Hello
for
there.
sure. But,
I don't know anything. I'm not giving a predictor or a spoiler or foreshadowing, if you will. I'm just saying that knowing real assholes who do that sometimes.
So in other news,
I'm analyzing the characters. Leave me alone.
actually not in other news. I was gonna say just to finish that thought from before about the hairstyles and stuff. You can buy them and they're permanent. They also go into your collections, so you don't. It's not like you're buying a normal hairstyle and then when you create a new character you can use that hairstyle. You're buying a collectible item that works like a costume does, and so at any given time you can switch your hairstyle in game.
That's pretty cool because in real life you can switch your hairstyle. Because you can get a man bun, you could cut your man bun.
Obviously, they're adding the barbershop thing with the appearance changes. It's not really a barbershop because you don't actually go into a barbershop and then do it. It's like I said, it's where you use the item to go back to you have to go back to the character creation screen. But so I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to work, is that if you buy it from the Crown Store, you can use it at any time on any character and you can switch them up or whatever. And so they'll be kind of separate from the base hairstyles and adornments and things, which will be nice, because otherwise you'd have to pay more crowns to do a appearance change just to put on the hairstyle that you bought. So that would make the most sense as well. So that's exciting. I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my absolute best to save my crowns for housing next year, because I know there's going to be a ton of stuff that you can buy, and it's going to be very expensive. I wouldn't be surprised to find the first ever item priced at a 10,000 crowns.
Not only that, you're going to want to decorate a whole bunch. Are we
That's
intimidating this nice Argonian with the
let me see. Wars come and wars go, but the hist endures.
War approaches like a storm on the wind, and the prince needs our help. Why should I? So impatient.
Yeah, intimidate.
I won't waste
I always like to use the intimidate.
I was going to say, every episode I ask, and every episode you say, yeah, anytime we can intimidate, we intimidate.
I mean, mostly intimidate and persuade, all they do is remove steps from the quest, so it just makes it go shorter and easier.
Fair enough.
Find him on the East Hill and bring me his head.
It's like essentially it's like think of like a quest where you're like, hey, I need this from you, and they're like, I'm not giving this to you, but I do need this done for me. And then you can either go do them that favor and then they'll give you the item, or you can intimidate them and they'll just give it to you right away. So you're cutting out that extra step of having to help them out.
Plus, you get to be a bully in the game, so you don't have to do it in real life,
right?
To satisfy your needs.
Hey, it's fighter skill. You do what you got to do.
What happened? Okay, I'm sorry. This is pretty off topic, but we're talking about Stockton again. And Grim said, "Don't have anything nice in your car, and don't have a nice car."
I think I used up all of our non-ESO talking time.
That's not my problem.
I'm just kidding.
That's not my fault. I might not be even half the show, but I am a do. And anyway, Grim had made a good point. He said, don't have anything nice in your car and don't have a nice car. And I said, don't even have a cute Walmart stereo. And what happened? Okay, we're in Sacramento, and my brother lives in a fucking nice apartment in Midtown. He got really lucky. And what did he? I mean, his car got broken into. I don't remember. I think they used some lockpick or something, because they didn't break his windows or whatever. They used that thing that AAA uses to get into your car on the door. But it was like midday. It was around noon, and his car was broken into. But what did they steal that was hilarious? I know they made a mess.
Chips.
What?
Chips.
Yes, they stole a bag of chips. Thank you. And then he found them scattered in the alley behind his parking lot. Thank you. I was like, that's on the tip of my tongue. It's driving me nuts. But yeah, this guy's holding bread like a microphone. That's awesome.
He's eating it.
Well, no, he's holding it like a microphone.
I see what you're saying.
He's, you know what, dude? He's talking into the bread microphone. Why wouldn't that be more obvious? Like that Occam's razor, dude. Don't be an idiot. He's talking to the bread microphone. So, yeah, anyway, not Stockton, but his neighbor, she noticed and scared them off. But he said that, this is what I love. He said that they stole a bag of chips and they were scattered all out in the alley because, the neighbor scared them off. It was 3 guys around noon. So they were probably high on meth or something. I don't know. It's Sacramento. That's probably what they were on. And he also said they made a mess of his car. And he was... There's no way to explain the fact that my brother has the messiest car I've ever seen in my life.
Same thing when he
I'm
said
like, how
that, I
the
was like,
fuck?
what? How did they make a mess of your car? How could it not end up just being slightly cleaner?
I
mean, there's at least not a bag of chips laying in there now, so it's at least somewhat cleaner, right?
Some stale asteroid. I was like, that's not possible. I like how he's just looking out over this. What?
I said that's hilarious. Oh, I love this TV. It's so crystal clear. I got a new TV on Prime Day. It was it's an off-brand. It's high. Oh, I don't want to say off-brand because it's not like Hisense.
Hisense isn't tiny.
Hisense is a common brand. It's just not like a name brand. It's not like a Panasonic or a Sony. But and I normally don't mind buying off-brand, but I'm usually pretty weary with tech off-brand because there's a reason that it's off-brand. And I like high-performance stuff when it comes to tech. Use Viper Strike. Okay. Oh, there we go. Apparently, we have to kill these guys and then use Viper Strike on them. Oh, wait. Why am I on a load screen all of a sudden? What happened? Oh, I'm falling through the world.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so glad this is on the stream. There goes the world over there. What the hell happened? What is going on? I'm dying, that's for sure. What is hitting me even? There's nothing even hitting me, but I'm taking damage, that's for sure. And now I'm dead. That's balls. What the hell? You don't have a soul gem, do you?
Probably not.
No, I
definitely
the shrine.
I have Spiceberry Chai, which sounds lovely, actually.
Slag says, ooh, Bug Thesda.
We've had some great bugs. My favorite in the past are when there's like teeth.
There was a.
I'm like in your mouth, looking through.
That's not a bug. That's just standing inside of somebody, though.
Okay, but it's funny.
So
excuse you.
Yeah, it's because there's no collision. Because otherwise, people would troll hard. Okay, come over here and we'll do this quest. Real quick, I just wanted to mention.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There was a video on Reddit. It was hilarious. Somebody in Cold Harbor, and I think it was not in Cold Harbor, the zone, but like during one of the quests, I think, or maybe it was in the zone. I don't know. But they went off into the water.
Where the hell are you?
What?
I don't have your crown.
Through the gate.
Oh, there you are. I have your crown. I lied.
They went into the water, and they were clearly way off the path. Like clearly, like this is a big lake, and you're not supposed to go into it necessarily. And so he went all the way over there and then fell down the world and onto, if you know anything about like world design in video games, oftentimes the background, like the clouds and the stuff like that or whatever, is actually a miniature version somewhere else that you can't reach. And then it's basically blown up into the background. So it's, I don't know if that makes sense, but essentially like take a...
Yeah, what do you mean a miniature version?
Okay, so... for example, if you were to go into spectate mode and be able to or like a god mode and be able to like go through the land and like be, you know, non-collision, and just go through things and go through the ground or whatever and move around wherever you wanted, you could find a place that, say there's like a mountain background. Now, Elder Scrolls is like a lot of these mountains are actual mountains in the game, but if you have like a background that you can't get to. A lot of times what that is say you have mountains in the background.
No, I got all that. What do you mean miniature?
What I'm saying is if you were to go through the ground and then go way down into the whatever the space is outside of the world, you would find a little miniature mountains. And if you took your character there, your character would be huge compared to the mountains. The mountains would be very tiny. And so what they do essentially is put a tiny camera I guess it would be the best way to say it, is they put a tiny camera on that little landscape, the miniature-sized landscape, and then whatever that camera is seeing is what is blown up to the background of the real world, if that makes sense. So if I
Not at all, but that's okay.
Essentially, if I took my character and went to that background area, if you looked in the background here, you would see a giant me in the background.
No, I got all that. I just don't understand why they would do it. Is it a rendering thing that makes it...
It's like a rendering...
Because it doesn't need to be super sharp?
Yeah, and it's... I don't know all the details of why they do that, but it's... I know it from Counter-Strike, because a lot of the maps design, they have those backgrounds in various places. And I don't know if they do that for all the areas or whatever. But in this place in Cold Harbor, they did have that. And so he fell through the world, or he didn't even fall through the world. He went to the edge of the world. Like, the water ended at an edge, and he jumped over the side. And then he was, like, walking down around in this area. There was, like, grids and stuff. It was very computer stuff, you know? Like, I don't know how else to explain it. You'll have to look it up on Reddit. It's hilarious.
So, are you... Oh, I leveled. Are you saying it's like on Father Ted, small, far away?
Yes, kind of, yes.
Except it's both.
Yes.
So Dougal can be right. Are you saying there's a world in which Dougal is correct?
Small. Those cows are far away. Small?
Small? Far away.
If you go up to the corpses, you'll be able to use a Viper Strike on them.
No.
Not this one, but this one over here.
Okay. I didn't mean that one. There we go.
Because I had already used it on that one.
Just FYI, at the bottom of this Chilada cup, they get real sour because there's like lime chili powder at the bottom, and it sinks, and so it's delicious, and it is sour at the end, and so I'm making faces on the video. Because of the chat and the faces I'm making, you should probably watch the video if you're listening.
Give me just 1 second.
Okay.